guys, Miss Charlie here with my Shop My Stash project pan from July to August. This is the basket that I used for the month of July. I did do my makeup quite a bit in July, so we did get some progress on things, and then I did add a couple things as well. But we're going to go ahead and get into this basket to see what my progress was. So we'll start with the sprays. Still using the Mario Badescu. There's a tiny bit, I don't know if you can see it in there, tiny bit left in there. I'm just going to pour it into this bottle. This is the Beauty Skin Aloe Vera and Rose Facial Mist. I love this stuff. I love the bottles because their sprayer is so, you can't even see it. It's so fine. I love this thing. And I just use it priming my skin before makeup, and then after I put my powders on. It helps set your powders down. And then for my setting spray, I got this Morphe SPF 30 Sun Setter setting spray in my last Ipsy BoxyCharm. It was fine. It smells like sunscreen. It did what it was supposed to do, nothing major, but then you have the extra protection of the sunscreen, especially now if you're out in the sun. Right now it is very hot and humid outside, so this came in very handy. But those were the sprays for July. For lips, I have the Persona Day Mask Peptide Lip Balm in June. This I liked a lot. I like the applicator. It's just a nice nude color that I can just throw on really quickly. It's not too sticky. It's really nice. I really enjoyed using this. And then the Be Pure Lip Scrub, I'm still trying to get this one used up. I've used quite a bit because for some reason the last couple of weeks my lips have been really dry and peeling. I don't know why. The air here is very humid and moist, so I don't know why my lips are peeling. Maybe it's the air conditioning, because it's been so hot and been in the air conditioning, and that can dry out your skin too. But I have used it quite a bit, and I did use up what was in my little container here. So this is empty, so I finally used what was left in there, because this came in a tube, and then I opened the tube and it didn't all fit in here, so I put some in there. So we're getting to it, but I'll be rolling this over to the month of August. For my face primer and my moisturizer and my eye cream, look at that, my eye cream, I used up the Symbiosis eye cream. I think I still have the bottle here to put in my empties. Yep. So I used this up. This is a Gone. I had a couple of these different eye creams from this brand. It was nice. It was hydrating. I wouldn't repurchase it. I get a lot of my skincare from Ipsy BoxyCharm, so I don't have to buy a lot of it. And I have a ton. If you haven't seen my skincare inventory video, I will link it below if you'd like to see what I have in my current skincare inventory. But I used this up finally, and then I brought in the Elemist Pro Collagen Advanced Eye Treatment, and it's about down to here. So it's almost done. You don't need very much of this at all. One pump, not even a full pump. Just that much right there. Because it is a serum, you can do both eyes with that. And I don't have any makeup on today, so I will just go ahead and put that on my eyes, because we are not going to waste, because Elemist is expensive. Even though I did get it in a BoxyCharm, it is expensive. I love Elemist products. So we're putting this in, and it's going to roll over into August. The NYX Shine Killer Primer is supposed to be like the Smashbox. It's not. It is silicone-y, but this does not reduce shine at all. It does. It feels silicone-y just like the Smashbox. You can see the difference between here and here. It's still shiny. It's still a little shiny, even more shiny than my skin here, which was more matte than that. It did not keep my oils at bay, anything of that nature. Did not like it. So I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to maybe pass it on to see if someone else might be able to use it, because it's still quite full. I still like my Evermatte and my Touch and Soul for the humid summer days and months. I put on my Evermatte the other day because I knew we were going to be out and it was going to be very humid. I stayed matte. Some oils came through. It made me look like I had like a demi matte or a satin matte finish, but I wasn't greasy. I wasn't sweaty looking. This made me look like I had just been working out for 85 hours. And it's supposed to hold back your oils. I could go outside for just a little while and it's still, the oils came through and it still made me look greasy. So this I don't recommend, but I will try to pass it on to see if somebody else, if it'll work differently on somebody else's skin. Never know. And then the Kate Somerville Goat Milk Moisturizing Cream. I'm still going through this. This is also going to be a rollover. And it's just a nice light cream. It's good for this time of year. You don't need a real heavy moisturizer right now. Just something to add a little bit of moisture. And we're trying to get through that. So that was my moisturizer, my face primer, my eye cream for July. For concealers, I have the Maybelline Multi-Use Eraser. This is in 130. It does not have a name. I took the poof off and I just, screw up what I need. And then I put it on a little palette. I have a little plastic palette here that I've been using. It came with something that I bought, so it's like an extra piece, but it's great. It's nice and thick that I can use to mix foundations and concealers and pigments on, and then just wipe it off. So have yourself a little palette when you're doing your little frankening of things. And then the Item Beauty Air Hug in the shade 350. Item is no longer a beauty brand. This is the second one. I love this concealer. It is nice and thick. You don't need very much of it. And these two together, they worked very, very well together. You only needed a little bit because they are kind of heavy. So you don't need a lot of these. Both of these are kind of heavy, but you only need a tiny bit. And I don't have the darkness under my eyes like I used to years ago. I just need a little bit under there just to calm down, some of the darkness or even it out, and then a little bit like on my chin or something like that. But I don't really need a lot of concealer. That's why it takes me so long to use concealer, because I don't really need that much of it. But these were the concealers for July. For foundation, I brought in the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation Stick. Still quite a lot left there. You don't need very much of this, just a few swipes. And then I have the KVD Good Apple in medium 042. And of course this is too light for me, but I mixed them together and they looked great together. Really enjoy this foundation. You don't need a lot of it because it is pretty full coverage, so you don't need much. And I didn't need to mix it with my foundation mixing medium. Both of these went together just perfectly. For powders, I have the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder in Golden Bronze. There's not much left in there, as you can see. She is almost gone. Not much at all in there. You can't really see in there because of the mesh, but there's not much in there at all, as you can see. Not at all. So she's almost done. And this is a good, nice finishing powder. It's very, very finely milled, so it's a great finishing powder. The Essence All About Matte, which is good for this time of year to help control those oils. And we have gotten that pan there. Nice big pan. This will be like the second or third one that I've gone through. I love this powder and I will repurchase, and very inexpensive. And then the All Nighter waterproof powder from Urban Decay. This is so nice for this time of year. Absolutely great, and will be repurchasing. If this comes up in the next 21 days of beauty for Ulta, I will be getting this and we are just expanding that pan. It is just absolutely amazing to keep you nice and matte and keep those oils at bay, especially again during these humid times. But those were my powders for July. For blush, bronzer, highlight, and contour, for my cool tone highlighter, I have this one from Tarte in Exposed. This, I think I said I was going to declutter this before, but I think I'm going to declutter it now because I did bring it back in because it is a nice everyday, but it's not as vibrant as I want. I want something a little bit more. I mean, that looks pretty right there, but you have to really dig in there. And it does kind of fade after a while because this is old. This is like one of the first highlighters I ever had. So this time I am going to declutter it because I have over 30 highlights that are just like this probably, and I could use those, and I like those better, and they don't fade away, and they give me the payoff that I'm looking for. So this time it is being decluttered. The AOA Studio Cream Blush. This is, just says Cream Sheer Blush in Hush, I guess. This is nice. It is sheer. And this was my cool toned blush. You didn't need very much at all, and it sheers out very nicely. Did not disturb my foundation or anything like that. It was really nice, and it was $1 on the Shop Miss A website, so the AOA. The Precious Minerals blush. This one I think I got at Dollar Tree because they started selling these from Starry, which is also from Shop Miss A. This one is more of a terracotta color, and it is hard to see on my skin. I don't know if maybe because if I had got a tan this summer or whatnot, but usually I can see it. But I think I might pass this on to someone who has a lighter skin tone that they will be able to get some type of a payoff because I did not hardly see it. Can hardly see it there on my finger. I mean, I can see it there, but when I put it on my cheeks, you could hardly see it at all. So I did use it, but you could hardly see it. So I might, again, pass this on to someone with a lighter skin tone so they can get more use out of it because it is a nice blush. I have like 4 of these, and they're all really nice. The LYS bronzer in Strength. I use this as a contour. You don't need very much of this at all. It makes a very nice bronzer for my skin tone. I have the one that's a little bit lighter. It makes a beautiful contour on me. So that was that. And then for my other highlight, this is the warmer tone. This is the Believe Beauty. This is in Champagne Kiss. You could get these at Family Dollar or Dollar General, but I don't know if you can anymore since I saw them at Dollar Tree. But that's the payoff that I'm looking for right there. See, that's okay, but this is what I'm looking for. This one, I did not have any problem. It did not fade away, and it gave me the payoff that I was looking for. So this was good. And then for my bronzer, I have the Wet n Wild bronzer in Sunset Striptease. We have just extended that pan. I use a bronzer just to blend out my contour, and this was like a perfect match for my skin. It's just enough to blend out the contour, and we're expanding that pan, which I like to see. For brows, I still have my Franken powder here that I'm using, and we're expanding that pan too, but I don't consider that pan because these are just eyeshadows and brow powders mixed together, and I can just fill that in, so I don't consider that pan. And then the KVD Brow Struck in dark brown. This is getting a bigger pan as well. The e.l.f. was it Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This was broken. Get that off of there. I don't want to mess up my white background. Probably end up having to wash this. My backgrounds that I use, they're usually like a towel that I have, or they are a placemat that I get from the Dollar Tree. You know, you can just buy one, and I get them for the seasons, and you know, to match the seasons, and it's summer, so we need the nice pretty blues and the flowers. So these are just cloth placemats. I can throw them in the washing machine. Not a biggie, but I just don't like to get them messed up, you know, and this one is white. But this brow pencil, it is broken, so this is all that's left of it. So I have been trying to get her used up, and I think basically I'm gonna call this one done. We're gonna call her done. She's done. She can retire now, so this will go into my empties if I can get her back in there. So this is gonna go as an empty because she's done. Then I brought in the Brow Obsessive Brow Sculpting Gel in Clear from Wet n Wild. When you pull this out, it is white, but when I put it on my brows, it turned clear. It does not hold them like the e.l.f. brow soap or the Anastasia. It does not hold it like that, but it just keeps them in place. So they're not crunchy, they're not hard, but it does, you know, you can comb them into place so they can stay. But this was a nice little investment, and I get a lot of my stuff at CVS with my points, and this was a point, I had like 40% off or something like that. I think I had a total of $7 and change to use in my points, so I went and got this, and I think I only paid like, I don't know, $1 for it. So, but it worked out. Forgot to mention this primer from Dr. Brandt, the Luminizer Primer. I'm still trying to use. I didn't really use it this month hardly because I wanted something that had a little bit more mattifying. This is more hydrating, but we're getting there, so she's going to be rolled over into August. For mascara, liner, and eye primer, I brought in the AOA Studios eye primer. This reminds me of the e.l.f. one that used to be $1. I think it's $2 now. It reminds me of the same formula. It works just fine. When you put it on, it goes clear. It held my eyeshadow in place, didn't have any creasing, anything like that. So for $1, not so bad. Still using the Eye Defy from Half Caked in black. Still using this. She's not dried out yet. She's still got some use in her. This is not a brush for those who are newbies at mascara because it is kind of big. You'll have mascara all over the place, so you have to be really gentle, but the formula is nice. I picked up this Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Skinny Waterproof Liquid Liner. This is freaking amazing. When I go back to CVS, because I do have some rewards, I'm buying like 5. I'm not joking. Whatever they have on the shelf is mine. This is a game changer. Look how tiny that is. It's so skinny and tiny. Gives you the opportunity to work in between your lashes to get that wing precise because the point is so small. I love this. And yes, when I do my haul, when I get from CVS, when I get there, I'll probably be going this weekend when I go to grocery stores on Friday. Don't be upset when you see me have multiple of these when I haul them and post them either or probably on Instagram. I'm going to buy quite a bit of them because this is a game changer. And the Rare Beauty liner, this is just their black liner. I don't know how much is in here because it's one of those where you click it up, you can't click it back down. But it is a nice creamy black liner. It stayed on, it did not smudge, so I do recommend this. But those were liner, eye primer, and mascaras for July. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get into what I'll be using for the month of August in this basket. For primer spray. I bought this at TJ Maxx. This was $5.99. This is the Nature Love Hydrating Facial Mist with hyaluronic acid and aloe vera. Nice big glass bottle with one of those sprayers that, let's see if it's fine. Yes, very fine. Doesn't really have a smell. Let me check something here. Can't really see this because they have it in blue. I was gonna see if this was K Beauty, but I can't really see it. No, made in the USA. So this I got from TJ Maxx. Again, if you see it, I'll let you know how it is. But it doesn't have a smell, and this is I always use a primer mist or primer spray before makeup for some hydration. So I'll let you know how this goes. But I like the bottle, it's nice and heavy. And then for my setting spray, I have this Refresh Hydrating Setting Spray from Koki. I think I got this when Rite Aid was going out of business, because Rite Aid went out of business here in my area. I think there's only a few left, and everything was marked down, like makeup. Basically everything in the store was marked down, but makeup was like 70% off. And I think I got one of their ombre blushes, the orange one. It is gorgeous. And then I got the setting spray. So I have used it before. It's fine, and it's hydrating, which I need right now, because for some reason, you know, when you put on makeup and then sometimes it looks a little dry, even though we're in the humid season, you still need a little bit of hydration. So we're going to pull this out for the month of August. For brows, I'm still going to use my KVD mix, but then I'm going to bring in this Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit. This is a little like deluxe sample that I got from the Ipsy Drop Box. There's not much in here at all. That's as far as she goes. But it's really tiny, so you can get in there and be precise, just like the name, you know, says. So yeah, you can get in there, but we'll try it, and it is in the number 5. Then I have this V Cosmetics. This is their clear brow gel. This stuff is awesome. Awesome. And I like the brush because it's flat on one side, so you can laminate them, and then you have these nice tiny bristles on the other side. This stuff makes your eyebrows hard and hard. So if you don't like them like that, you won't like this. But if you don't mind that, this keeps them like that all day long. I mean, not like crispy, but you can, when you touch them, you know that they're not going to move. And they're not going to move all day long. I don't care if you sweat. They're not going anywhere. So this is a good investment if you like a good brow gel. For concealers, I'm bringing in this Peeper Perfect by Winky Lux. This was also something I got in Ipsy Drop Box. This one is in medium deep. Not much in here, but you don't need a lot of concealer, and I personally don't need a lot. And that's what it looks like. And then I got the LYS. This is their Triple Fix Concealer in LN6. I also have the full size of an LYS concealer, but it is in a deeper color. This one is a lot lighter, but I can mix. So these two together, I'll mix them together. And they do still seem, but you see how tiny, how little bit I just put on there? Not much at all. That's why I said you don't need much concealer. You don't need much at all. See that? I can mix it together, and I can use it when it blends out, but yeah, you don't need much at all. For lips, I'm bringing in this Sophia and Maybell. This is a lip oil in yuzu. Not a lot in there, and I use lip oils like crazy. It smells like citrus because yuzu is a citrus. It smells amazing. It's got a little flat, like paddle applicator. It's nice, so we're gonna use her for my lips. For my powders, I have my Lorac Loose Setting Powder in Cinnamon. I always try to mix a deeper one with the lighter one. It looks really dark, but it's very finely milled. It's a very fine powder. Goes into the skin really nicely, and I always mix it with a white powder or a lighter powder. And then I have this half-caked Star Bright Loose Setting Powder and Banana that I got in my Ipsy. I don't usually like banana powders, but this one is a little bit more tan than yellow. And I like that it has a little squishy, which I won't use. I will put it up with the rest of my squishies because sometimes I will use them. And I just like to have them. It's actually like travel or something. I can just throw them in. But I like it. It's really, really squishy. And I haven't opened it yet. But yeah, it looks more tan than it does banana. Because I can't really use a banana powder because it just doesn't look good on my skin. My skin is neutral. We're leaning more cool than warm. So when I put on a banana powder, it makes it look cakey. But we will try. We'll try this one and see how she goes along with the Lorac. For my foundations, I'm going to bring in the Collab Meet Your Matte foundation. This is in the color Terracotta. I got this at Sally's. They had it marked down. And it is a pump. It's a pump. And it is a glass component. It's really, really heavy. Really heavy. It feels like it should be this one because this one is heavy too. This is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate in the color Golden Almond. I got this in an influencer years ago. It's very luxe. It's very heavy, and it's magnetic closure, and it is also a pump. The color is a little light, but again, I can mix it with this. And I cannot use this in the winter because when they sent it to me, it was in the fall, and I tried to use it, and it just accentuated dry patches that I didn't even know I had. And I was like, I don't think I like this. And then I was like, let me try it in the spring and fall. I tried it in the spring and fall. It's perfect. It melts into my skin. So it's spring. I mean, not spring. It is summer. So we're going to bring it out and use it. And it's a very nice light to medium. It's not heavy at all. This one is a little bit more medium to full coverage. But we'll put these together and see how they go for the month of August. For blush, bronzer, highlight, and contour, I have my blushes here. I have this one from Half Caked. We're doing a Half Caked thing. We got mascara, Half Caked. We got the powder, hey. And we're going into the blush. This is in Day and Night. This will be my cool toned blush. It's a nice mauve-y color. And then for my warm tone, I have the Cnutbutrbeauty Evocative Blush in the color Risky Raisin. I will be doing a video showing what I got from their 20% off sale on my low buy, because I have been on a low buy for the past couple years, but I wanted some things from Singe. I have all of their brushes, and I have the poof, well, I still have the poof, and the makeup sponge. I've used the makeup sponge and decluttered it because I used it for 10 months. That thing was it was awesome. 10 months. It didn't crack, it didn't start to fall apart. 10 months. The reason I got rid of it was because it was staining, and you know, when it starts to get staining and you want to, you know, go ahead and get that out of there when it starts falling apart. I would get another one, but I have about 15 other sponges in my collection. I don't need to buy any more sponges right now, but I did want to buy some stuff last year, but something came up, so I didn't end up getting it. But then she came out with another palette, so she had a 20% off sale. I think it was in June, and I went ahead and picked up both of the palettes, a couple of the blushes, the rest of the blushes, because she had not blushes, the brushes. She had a brush extension. I bought the rest of those as well. So I will be doing videos on that. I love Angelica. She's a sweetie. I've been watching her for years and years and years and years and years. So I love supporting her. And this is one of her blushes. Again, I got two. This is in Risky Raisin. Very pretty. This one will show up since the other one really didn't show up that I used last month. This one, as you can see, it really shows up, and it's got a little bit of a sheen because she likes a glowy blush. So I understand why her blushes have a little bit of a glow to them. So it's really, really pretty. So those are my blushes for August. And then for my contour, bronzer, and highlights, I have this here from this is from Beauty Benefits. This was in a bigger compact, but it was getting to the sides. You know how sometimes when you hit pan and you get to the sides, it's kind of hard to get it out. So I went ahead and just took it out of there, and it filled up 2 of these. So I have another one aside, but I want to go ahead and use this up. And it's basically, it's a pressed powder, but I use it as a contour. So because it's perfect for my skin tone. You can't hardly see it, which is great. And it has a neutral undertone. And I just use it to blend out my contour. And my contour is a pure. This was in a face palette, 2 highlighters and 2 contour bronzer shades. I've used up the one that came in there, this, and I used it as a contour. I finally used it up because I had it for years. Now I'm working on the second one, and this one is also a cooler tone as well. It's a nice contour for me. These highlights are from the Be Perfect Carnival. I think it's from the Carnival. It had 2 highlights in it. I did not like the eyeshadows. Everybody said, oh, the Be Perfect, those are beautiful shadows, but I didn't really like them that much, so I got rid of that palette, but I kept a little bit of the highlights because I did like those. This one is in, try to get it out of here. This one is in Center, and this one is in Saint. This is a peachy. It's got a little bit of goldenness in there. That's gorgeous. And then this one is Saint. Those are so pretty. So pretty. And I didn't need much. They came in a big square. I'm like, I don't need all of that. I have a ton of highlights. So we're going to use these. And I'll probably hit pan on these in the month of August because there's not that much in there. But that was contour, bronzer, and highlights. For mascara and liners, I'm still going to use, I think I'm still going to use the one from Rare Beauty. We're just going to roll that one over, black liner. And then I have this one from Hip Dot. This is the liner and stamp. This is like a fat felt liner. And then it has a stamp on the end, which looks like a wing to help you with your wing. So we're going to bring that in. For my eye primer, we're going to use the Ace Beauté eyeshadow base in Deep. I've had this for a long time. You don't need much, and there's still a lot in here, so we're going to try to see what we can get used in this. For my mascara, I'm going to bring in the Lash and Roll Mascara, Curling and Lifting Mascara, along with the Half Caked, so I'm still going to use that, but then I'm going to bring this one in as well. I was going to bring in these 2 from the dollar store. This is from Beauty Intuition. I think this one is out. This is from La Mercerie. These, crap. Do not buy these. When you go see these at the dollar store, do not buy them. I tried them before. I said, let me try these before I put them in my project pan. Component, fine. Brush, ginormous. And does not put any product on my lashes at all. It's got product on it, but it doesn't deposit on my lashes at all. Nope, that's a no. And then the same with the La Mercerie one. I like the brush because it reminds me of the e.l.f. one, except the e.l.f. one has smaller plastic bristles, and this has the spiral ones, and it still doesn't deposit anything on my lashes. Not at all. And I bought 2 of these. I bought another one that's like this, but I think it's green. And then I bought another one of this one. So I'm not going to use any of them. So that was a waste of $1.25 times 4. So if you see these at the Dollar Tree, don't even think about it. Alright, so that was my progress from July and what I'll be using for the month of August. If you've used any of these, let me know. If you have any suggestions, also let me know. I appreciate you all being here and taking the time. Thank you so very much. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube and on Instagram. And we'll see you in the next Shop My Stash Project Pan.